Are we live? I don't know.
There we are.
All right, everybody, and welcome to Mo WIFF, the third game of the night. We got the Bombers versus the Thunderbirds. I'm ready whenever you are. Andrew Nichols on the hill for the Bombers for newly drafted Ethan Weiner. Ethan is a traveled wiffle ball player who's decided that he wants to fly into Mo WIFF every single week that they play. Absolute dedication, and this guy can swing it.
That's how you know you're the premier Wiffle Ball League of the Midwest, when you got East Coasters flying in every week to play for you.
Yeah, you know, some people say it's probably the personality of the Midwest. We're a little bit nicer than those East Coast guys, so, you know, a little more hospitable. Oh, geez, right as he hits him in the elbow. Good Lord, welcome to Mo WIFF right off the elbow.
I've played with a lot of East Coast boys in my wiffle ball career. Most of them from New Jersey, not fine, upstanding Massachusetts residents like our own Ethan Weiner.
There's a good pitch there. I don't have any idea if my count is correct. I have 3-1.
Well, that's what I got.
Sounds good, doesn't it? All right, Ethan getting his first taste of Mo WIFF pitching live here. He did come out last year just to visit as he watches another one. I got 4-1. Hopefully the GoPro out in the field doesn't die because there's nobody to check on it now. Oh, Ethan up the middle, but a great play by Andrews. Snags it off the ground. Wow.
Ethan's first at-bat, a very hard hit comebacker to the pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can tell that that guy could hit anybody. But here is Tommy Dwyer. He was traded for last season and now re-signed to be back with the Bombers. Tommy, one of the younger players in the league, a very pretty swing. Now he's just looking to put it all together here for the Bombers. See ya. Ooh, big swing and a miss. He is a free swinger, but I tell you what, if he makes contact, he will give it a ride. Another big swing on that high riser. Andrews found somebody that'll swing at the balls he throws, so he's going to be very happy out there.
All he needs is a whole lineup of Tommy Dwyers. He'll be in good shape.
Hey, as a frequent ball thrower, I can appreciate that as well. Us guys that throw 100 pitches in 3 innings. I have 3-2. Gets him chasing that drop ball. Strike 3 swinging. We got 2 away now for Captain Cam Smith. Now, Cam is one of the few captains that bats himself lower in the lineup. I think he likes the idea of getting guys on in front of him, more of a baseball thought than a wiffle ball thought. Usually in wiffle ball, a lot of teams, you know, you might say best hitter on the team bats first. Cam likes to put himself down, so he's either saying he's not the best hitter or a little different strategy.
Yeah, statistically, he's the best hitter on the Bombers, but he absolutely has an old-school baseball mentality. He wants to give his guys a chance to get on base for him so he can send them home.
Yeah, I think that's a nice vote of confidence for the guys on the Bombers as well, that he feels safe in putting them ahead of himself. But Andrew here was a former Bomber. He won a championship with him before taking over the Thunderbirds. And now he's got him 1-2. I don't know what the velo is, but Andrew looks like he might be a little down here to start the night. That's a balk. Something happened at ESPN as someone's phone goes off over here. That's a ball outside. You're what now? Why do I have so many emails? Hopefully they're not work ones. There's a big swing and a miss. Strike 3. And just like that, Andrew Nichols is out of the inning on 17 pitches.
Excellent start to the season for Andrew Nichols. And we would like to let you know that Mo WIFF is brought to you by Pogue Chevrolet. Pogue Chevrolet wants to tell you that since 1960, the Pogue Automotive Group has been the trusted dealer for all your automotive needs. Pogue Chevrolet, located in Wentzville, offers a wide selection of new and used vehicles while guaranteeing exceptional customer service both before and after the sale. For your next ride, check out our friends at PogueChevrolet.com. That is P-O-A-G-E Chevrolet.com. Also brought to you by our playoff sponsor. We're already thinking playoffs here on opening night, folks. Every game absolutely counts. Just like you saw in Game 2, a little gamesmanship. The teams split points, thinking about the standings early to get into these playoffs. Brought to you by Lit Cigar Lounge, which is St. Louis's premier cigar and whiskey bar located in Chesterfield, Mo at the district. Find them at litstl.com and go give them a follow on social media.
So I tell you what, the thing that stands out most to me right here with the Bombers, not only do you have Cam Smith starting, he said on the podcast that he was feeling healthy this year. So that is a dangerous thing, but you know, you always hear the cliche, best shape of their life, but Jake Welnick has taken that to a whole new level. That guy has shown up in the absolute best shape of his life, looking like an absolute stud up there right now.
An inspiration to us all, truly.
I tell you what, I wish I had that kind of dedication, but I like food, so you can't tell it, but I eat a lot.
As a fellow journeyman on the path towards getting back into playing shape, really appreciate seeing Jake Welnick showing up, having done some serious off-season conditioning.
Yeah, you know what? I think Jake really sat down and said, I just want to be the best wiffle ball player I can be, and got in some healthy, good shape, looking ready to play. It was all about wiffle ball. Had no other influences in his life. Nothing else in his life matters except wiffle ball. Cam has been texting him every hour of every day about wiffle ball. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. When you play with Cam Smith, it's wiffle ball all the time. All right, here is Josh Rogers leading off in a new uniform. Josh, the former commissioner, former captain of the Empire, which then became the now Purge. He was traded to the Archers last season and now has signed with the Thunderbirds. He has, started to find himself moving around the league here. Josh has traditionally been known to take Cam deep every now and then, so that's something to watch here.
Yeah, big interpersonal rivalry here. Josh coming off an injury-impacted season last year, but he still had a big year at the plate.
Yeah,
Josh, to continue that.
Josh is one of those guys that we don't really expect him to ever pitch again. He's had quite a bit of elbow issues, and at his advanced age, it's hard to, really bounce back from something like that. But, he's really just working on his craft at the plate at this point. And like I said, he's been known to hit Cam, so Cam knows it. He's going to have to be careful here. Josh is sitting riser.
Thunderbirds rocking their new flight suit uniforms, or possibly pajamas. It is hard to tell from here.
Yeah, when I first saw them, I thought it was a fancy pullover. I didn't realize it was actually their jerseys. So it threw me off when I saw multiple people in it. But as a division rival of these two teams, I have 3-2. As a division rival of these two teams, I'd sure like to see the Thunderbirds knock off the Bombers here. But, you can't ask for too much. We unfortunately fell to the Purge 2-1 in a tough loss to our former teammate, Caleb Schweigert.
Yeah, what an opening game we had here on opening day between our reigning champion Melonheads and the Purge. Really went down to the wire, could have gone either way. Shapes up to be another great season for the Melonheads, though. You got to be happy with that lineup you're putting out there.
It's the core that we've always had, and we're just trying to add to it now. As always, we kind of wish we had a little more pitching. It's just the way of the world in wiffle ball, but all of these teams are getting so deep and the pitching's so good across the board. It's hard to pay the price for some of these guys.
It certainly is a pitcher's game. There's no doubt about that. We have, there's outstanding, very talented hitters in this league, and I believe we have only 4 or 5 guys hitting career over 300.
All right, here we go. Quickly down 0-2 here. Andrew's always a dangerous hitter. He's one of these guys that does free swing, but, can do do a number on you at any point. Oh, he gets a hold of one the other way, but Ethan Weiner right there.
Little flash of the leather.
It's going to line out to, is Ethan Weiner playing third? I can't see the position. Oh, I didn't set the position. Oh, that sucks.
And that was Ethan. Well, the Bombers love to shift their fielders around. It is difficult to keep track of.
Yeah, it also doesn't help when you didn't put it in at all. So, I don't know what the count is now. 1-1?
I got 1-1.
All right, hold on. That was in play or out, line out.
You hit it with this third bat. Hit his third bat.
I don't get it. I wasn't watching.
I'm calling that a strike. It did go off his arm.
Yeah, I called it a strike. I didn't know what else to say, though. Gets him to swing at that one. I think that was...
Big swing there
I thought
from
that was 3.
Noam Chomsky. The pronunciation guy would be very helpful here.
Yeah, Dominic. That's all I got right now. There's a lot of new guys in the league this year. A lot of guys brought in at the draft. It's kind of interesting because a lot of people looked at the draft and said, you know, I don't think a lot of people are going to make it. A lot of teams were pretty heavy going into the draft, but yet I guess the talent showed through as we did find a lot of players drafted, even on teams that said they weren't going to.
Yeah, with the league already being so stacked in talent, this draft class of rookies, they are hot. Every single one of them has something to contribute. We got some guys who can swing a serious bat. We're going to see in our evening game here, our late game, the possibility of a 100-mile-per-hour plus pitcher.
Well, I tell you what, that is exciting, but I feel like it's already the late game because we are running behind. So that's unfortunate.
8:45 local time on a Thursday night in this economy.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody realizes it, but a lot of us are getting kind of old, and this is bedtime.
That'll take us to the top of the second inning. Top of this second inning, brought to you by our American League sponsor, Alex Eggert Photography. Are you looking to freeze those unforgettable moments in time? Well, look no further than Alex Eggert Photography. Whether you're scoring the winning goal, celebrating family milestones, or embracing your senior year, we've got you covered. With a keen eye for detail and a passion for perfection, let us snap, shoot, and capture your story in every frame. From sports action shots to heartwarming family portraits, we'll ensure your memories are picture perfect. Book your session today, and let's make every moment click.
I love it. That was a magical promo, let me tell you.
Here's newly buffed Jake Welnick at the plate. Good Lord, is he ever looking fine.
Yeah, he is. I mean, we can't get enough of this new look on Jake Welnick. This guy's got me a little wound up over here.
I'm happy for him. I'm also kind of pissed because I lost a bunch of weight in the offseason and he's stealing my thunder. What a dick.
Well, we're proud of you as well.
I lost 50 pounds and I'm still fat. It's not fair. Oh, what a cut. He's showing that conditioning is it is displaying itself in bat speed.
Yeah, I
don't know if I've seen him get the barrel around that fast in a year or two.
Yeah, he was sure whipping it there. Now, Jake's weakness is that riser high. He's got to lay off it here. That's definitely one of those pitches he likes a lot. He doesn't that drop low, though. Trying to change that eye level on him. Andrew's out here talking trash. He said that he is not impressed by Jake Welnick's new shape.
Not many pitchers will walk all the way to the batter's box to talk trash.
What just happened?
Got to give it to Andrew Nichols.
Is that a walk? Double walk.
A double walk?
Yeah, double walk.
I wasn't sure exactly what was just talked about, and then Jake walked away. And all right, so he takes the double walk. Big strike there to Sam Gildehouse, was a former Pilot, which is now the Kings, and now on the Bombers. A lot of moving parts around here. You know, unfortunately, that is the side of a lot of older adults in this league, as some of us just become busy with other things, and captaining teams is a time commitment that not everybody can make.
Yeah, a lot of movement, a couple of surprise retirements. We spoke in the last game about how Sam Eichenlaub choosing to go out at the absolute top of his game, retiring from your Melonheads. We hate to see him go, and we hope to, hopefully he can make a few games and be the cheering section. He's a fantastic presence here in Mo WIFF. But he chose retirement right when he was at his competitive peak.
Yeah, he's definitely interested in coming by and hanging out during some of these weeks. But he did deal with a pretty, 3-2, yeah. He did deal with a pretty rough back injury last year. And I think he just kind of realized that, between trying to really focus on his growth at work and, the fact that it was such a physical toll on him, a big swing and a miss. Oh, he tipped it.
A wiffle ball is a big-time commitment.
So he just made the choice to focus on his professional life and leave competitive wiffle ball in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, you can't begrudge that to a guy at all. He's developing in other parts of his life.
There's a big strike.
Developing in other parts of his life, as well as dealing with a back injury. And when you're dealing with pitches at this speed and you have to swing these very light bats as hard as you have to swing them, it is so hard on your back, no matter how good a shape you're in. And a lithe frame like Sam's takes a lot of torque. Oh, and speaking of torque, that ball was turned on hard, but I
don't think I've ever seen a ball hit so hard and so foul to the opposite direction in my life. Well, that was the most foul, to the right I've ever seen a ball hit that hard. To hit it that foul. Yeah, to hit it that foul that way, it's hard to make good contact. And he, somehow barreled that up and still hit it way over there.
Ethan Weiner, without being able to quite put it in play there, showed incredible power.
Yeah, he's definitely shown that once he gets his timing going this year, he is going to be a dangerous hitter. He is a high sock wearer, just like Rory Rank. But he wears it with the under the legging type thing. Oh, he's way behind on that one of these swings and misses.
Combining the high socks with the bucket hat. Shades of the Melonheads here.
Yeah, you know what? He's got his own look. You got to appreciate it when people come out here with a little originality. Show your stuff. Make yourself recognizable on this field, both through play and how you look.
On my score sheet here, I have little bucket hat icons next to Ryan Brown.
Ryan Brown, unfortunately, couldn't make it out this week. He had work, and it's tough for him to travel for only one game.
Yeah, you hate to see it. And we love the dedication of folks who travel long distances to be here. But during our showcase weeks, when teams are only playing a single game, it makes it that much harder to cut out of work early and be here, especially when you're playing in that first game as the Melonheads were.
Yeah, absolutely. We did ask for that game because we were planning on doing a little ring ceremony for our championship, but the little girls softball took up the time all the way until our game time. So we said, you know what, we'll just push it to another week. Ryan Brown's not here. We'll push it to another week so we can just get started.
Hey, you love to see the young folks out here and developing in their own right, but it does take us time to get set up.
Yeah, and I believe there was some agreement that wouldn't happen, and it did for week one here. So it is what it is, but we head to the bottom of the second.
The bottom of this second inning is going to be brought to you by our National League sponsor, UCC-STL. UCC-STL will recover money owed to you from creditors, collect on court judgments awarded to you and or your business. So go to UCCSTL.com for more information. Also brought to you by our All-Star Game sponsor. Try to make it out for our All-Star Game once the weather turns a little warmer, the stars shine a little brighter, and the winners and losers of this league are determined. We'll have our All-Star Game, which will be brought to you by Commercial Drywall Corp. Commercial Drywall Corp is a national subcontractor specializing in commercial drywall, acoustical ceilings, and finished carpentry. Having a plan is important, but finding the right partner to execute that plan in a cost-effective manner is key. Check them out at commercialdrywallcorp.com. Josh Rogers back at the plate now for his second appearance. He took a double walk his first time up.
Yeah, it just occurred to me that the Thunderbirds they're only batting 4 tonight. I'm not sure who they're missing. I can't keep track of rosters anymore. Oh, Mark Vogler not playing.
And we got Vogler and Willenbrink not playing this evening.
Gotcha. Yeah, that 2 guys in the league last year. I just overlooked them here. I'm not sure why they're not playing, but they are currently not. You know, it's interesting to see the different strategies as the Bombers are batting 5. The Archers are openly only batting 4, I think.
Yeah, the Archers only bat 4. Boy, that lineup is stacked. When you have those 4 guys and you can get them that many at-bats, it's hard to do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, that stacked lineup, and they still only went to home run derby, but that's all right. It's week 1. Usually pitching does dominate early in this league, and then when you get to playoff times, it's usually when the bats start to show up.
Yeah, it takes a while to establish your timing at the plate here in this league, and sometimes you have to wait until time and fatigue take their toll on these pitchers.
I tell you what, fatigue hits me usually after like pitch 2 or 3, so I don't quite understand that, but it seems like that's the case for a lot of people.
Yeah, I had to carry my scorecard in from my truck, and it about killed me.
I like to throw 100 pitches per 2 innings. I never like to get out of an inning quickly. It's usually a full count, bases loaded kind of situation.
Well, I mean, you pay your money to be in the league. You got your jerseys. You want to get as much wiffle ball as you can.
Yeah, I'm here to play a full game. Josh looks a little disappointed he hasn't gotten something to hit. Oh, there's one. A nice drop for a strike there. Goes down swinging. I can't see the radar gun to see what Cam's throwing tonight. Marginal. I was throwing mid-80s. Apparently, I'm top of my game now. I can throw as hard as Cam and Caleb.
Cam keeping a little bit in the tank there. First game of the year on a chilly evening like this, probably smart not to be absolutely throwing your shoulder out just yet.
Yeah, usually my shoulder feels like trash the entire time I throw anyway, so what's the difference?
Growing up in a wiffle ball household around legendary pitcher of the 80s and 90s of my father, Darren the Natural Bone, you can hear his shoulder when he goes to drink his coffee.
Perfect.
It takes a hard toll on the body.
Yeah, it is not an easy thing. I messed up the growth plate in my shoulder playing real baseball. And instead of surgery, I just didn't throw a baseball for like many years. And now I throw a wiffle ball for fun. So it is what it is.
Something about throwing these extremely light wiffle balls, they don't help you get full extension on your arm. There's not that inertia on the ball helping pull out your arm. It just makes it that much easier to do joint damage.
Well, and I think if you also think about the injuries in Major League Baseball as is, I mean, that's throwing a heavier object and people are getting hurt all the time. So now you're throwing nothing. And that is a strike 3 swinging. Cam Smith really settling into this game nicely as we expected. Quite the pitcher's duel. That's usually what you see when everybody plays in one night, is that it's all pitching. You know, you've got the top pitcher from each team typically throwing. Unless somebody just can't make it. I tell you what, as usual, your new guys are a little too free swinging. That is a very typical thing for rookies in MO WIFF, to swing a little too often.
You don't want to get up there and just put the bat on your shoulder. You want to get up there and make a difference and swing, but you got to make these guys throw strikes. with the movement they can get on these pitches, they will absolutely fool you into swinging at anything if you let them.
Well, and on that same note, with the movement people get on pitches, you really should, for the most part, be sitting on one pitch until you have no choice for something else, because it's hard to guess these pitches when the guy's throwing from so close and he's got balls that can start at your eyes and drop to your knees. You really gotta just pick one and sit on it until you have no choice.
Yeah, that's an excellent point there. You have to see if you can pick up somebody's release point and know that they're coming with the screwball, some kind of tell. And the great pitchers in this league, they don't really give much away to you.
He couldn't have been any later on that as he strikes out looking. His whole body didn't even react till that hit the zone there.
That's going to take us to the top of the third. These pitchers are so efficient, we can't even talk the mechanics of the game.
I tell you what, I have a hoodie and sweatpants in my vehicle, and I'm definitely going to be grabbing them.
Yeah, the blankets are definitely coming out here. I'm wearing my fire-resistant uniform from work. It usually has me sweating my balls off. Not doing much this evening.
Yeah, it is one of those things I even posted in the group chat for people that don't know. Hey, it was 66 for game 1, but it's March. It's not going to be 66 for game 3 and 4. Be prepared for that. Oh, I get a little glimpse of 103 over there in right field.
Oh, my goodness.
That guy throws hard. He's tall and lanky. I heard him say earlier that with a real baseball, he can throw 91, 92. So I'm interested to see what he looks like in game 4.
We have 55 degrees officially right now at 9 p.m. local time.
Yeah, and that 55 when you're sitting out here in the wide open baseball field, soccer field, whatever you want to call this area, it's definitely chillier. We get a little breeze going through here pretty much nonstop. It gets chilly.
It's cold as hell.
You heard it first. Q says it's cold as hell.
Out of the mouths of babes, as it were.
That is a fair ball down the line. A nice little single there. That is not something Cam gets too often early in the season, and that's hits. Usually Cam is a late bloomer on the offensive side.
Yeah, if you're only looking at the season stats, you would think he's a little bit more consistent, but he really does come alive in the second half just about every year.
Yeah, he's cold at the start of the year, and then he gets hot in the second half of the year, and he's one of the best players. And he even said so on the podcast that if he could just get a whole season of offense, he'd feel a lot better about his numbers. I think the Thunderbirds season this year is going to really rely on this guy on the hill. How well he pitches is going to be very important to this Thunderbirds, as they lost Tony Cochran, one of the better players in the league. They lost Jay Rich, who was, a third arm and no slouch at that. So, they're going to really rely on Andrew and then see what they can get out of these other guys that they've drafted / John Willenbrink.
Yeah, that draft class is going to come in big. Willenbrink does definitely have potential on the mound, but not a lot of innings pitched in this league so far.
Yeah, the scouting report that I've kind of had on Willenbrink is the fact that he can throw very, very hard, but he's only got about 2 innings in him. After that, he tends to lose some of that gas and doesn't quite have it. So, Spencer Voss out there in center field came to the tryout and had never pitched a wiffle ball in his life. And he started to figure it out a little bit, but he is raw. And so getting into a game action is going to be important.
And when you have a guy like that with a high upside and a lot of talent, it's good to have somebody like a Willenbrink who can come in and give you 2 hot innings.
3-2. I have 3-2. I'm pretty sure every time they've asked me the count, it's been 3-2. So either I'm making stuff up or they just always lose count at that point. I'm also a person that never knows the count while I'm pitching. These Andrew Nichols is at 25 balls, 24 strikes. That was very close. It was very close. That's all I got is close. It could go either way. It was close. Close. He will take the walk. Was that a double walk? Jake, was that a double walk? Okay. That's what I had. Good pitch there. It does look like he's slowing down the velocity a little bit to throw a strike. What? I can't hear you.
What are you saying?
Can't hear you, Peach.
I have none.
I got nobody out. I got Cam Smith with a single, Welnick with the double walk. Second and third, nobody out.
Yeah, I've got nobody out here. This is where Andrew thrives. Put yourself in a jam and get out of it. This is where we thrive. No moment too big.
I never perfected the second half of that. I was really good at getting into a jam, less good at getting out.
A nice little ground out there to Josh Rogers over at third. Josh Rogers has one of those names that you just have to say the whole thing every time. Josh Rogers. Like, he can't just be Josh.
I can absolutely sympathize with that, being Ken Bone. My grandfather calls me Ken Bone when he sees me.
I could see that. That makes sense, and I think I've always called you Ken Bone as well. It's just one of those things that just flows too well all at once. Like, it wouldn't sound right to just stop.
A couple of good old-fashioned one-syllable
That's
names.
home run derby.
Not just Ken Bone, it's the
All those signings to go to home
There
run
are-
derby.
there are
I thought
others,
I thought you were
but I'm
signing
the one
those guys
everybody likes.
to help Jordan.
I don't know what.
I thought that was the point.
Just making moves. Well, he did technically. Tony did hit the it wasn't a flyover.
Took you long enough.
There was some confusion on who could play, when they were going to play.
Whether they will ever wear your jersey.
That's true. That's fair. Glad we get 3 weeks to wait it out again. I only ordered them 5 weeks ago.
Probably should have ordered from the regular company.
Yeah, not wrong at this point.
All right, that's 5. He's going to throw 55 and under. So, Ethan, welcome to the league.
Going to throw these 56-mile-per-hour
Yeah, so we
pitches
did
here.
go up to 56, and it's only 4 pitches now to try and quicken this up a little bit. Ooh, he flinched about 6 times on that ball. I'm getting cold.
Taking a deep breath. Zen in the art of wiffle ball.
Oh, and he goes down looking.
It's not a good feeling.
That is one of the worst feelings in this sport right now, is the 2 different speeds. It is a very different ball game, and it makes you a little nervous. It makes you a little nervous to be up there at the 55 and under. You know what? As clutch as I might be, 55 and under is when I feel the worst. Because you just feel like you should do something.
It's
and
a
then,
super high-pressure
but
situation.
then when I go and play skibby and it's 55 and under, I'm fine. Because that's all you see. It's just out here you're like, I have to do something because it's my chance. And then you just do too much.
It's a totally different look, totally different timing. You have to protect the plate because you only get 1 strike.
I tell you what, Andrew Nichols pitches just like I do. We find ourselves in trouble a lot, and then we all of a sudden just kick it into another gear, and either the entire game blows up or you come up big. Like, there's no in between. There's no in between. You either blow up the whole game or you are going to come up clutch and get yourself out of it. There's a good pitch there, and he's out of the jam looking.
Jason, this is what we do.
This is what we do. I'm going to go get a jacket because I'm cold. So you're alone now. Oh, wait. Can you keep score while I go get a hoodie?
As we head into the bottom of the third, we'll let you know that this bottom of the third inning is brought to you by our Player of the Week sponsor.
That's how we do it, Andrew.
Auto Spa, etc. sets the bar for a clean car with express tunnel locations for a quick exterior
That
wash. and
TikTok was
vacuums,
literally us.
full service locations with complete detail centers. Auto Spa, etc. Clearly better. It shows in the shine. Go to autospaetc.com for locations. Also brought to you by our tournament sponsor, Ink Spot Tattoo Shop. Ink Spot is the premier tattoo shop and piercing shop located at 10 Ellis Avenue in Troy, Missouri. You can see them featured on Tattoos and Turnpikes on YouTube, so call them at 636-528-9465. Mo Wiff is Big Dave approved. It looks like we are ready to get underway here in the bottom of the third. Oh, hard foul. Hard foul for Spencer Foss. Count now to 1-1 from Cam Smith. Another foul to the left side. He's just a little bit ahead of these pitches. That just catches the bottom. That's going to bring up Josh Rogers.
It's even colder in the parking lot.
Josh Rogers hit .325 last year, a career year at the plate. Looking to continue that. See, he attempts a check swing and goes here for strike
I'm on
one.
there, yeah. I have no idea. Less than I did in year 2, I know that. God, I'm cold.
Yes, sir. Working the very edge of the plate there.
Does my mic work on its own again? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, look at that. I might have. I think I said, God, it's colder in the parking lot than it is on the field. I do talk to myself quite a bit.
You have to take your opportunities to talk to the most interesting person you can find.
Well, and you know what? I know I'm always listening, too. Can't always say that about other people, but myself, I am always listening.
Certainly sympathize there.
Oh, my God, it's cold.
I'm the only person that never gets tired of listening to me.
Was that a ball? I wasn't watching.
All
Was
right.
that a ball?
We're taking their word for it as ball one, as I'm texting my coworkers about how we drink too much to really work on the project we're supposed to be doing tomorrow morning.
My wife sent me a text with a video of my daughter behind the backstop mimicking me pitching. It was pretty funny.
Future wiffle ball star.
Yeah, either the camera was mirrored or she thinks she's left-handed or doesn't understand pitching mechanics. One of the two. She's only 3, so I'm going to go with she thinks she's left-handed. Not the more obvious one.
Don't try to talk her out of it. Cam Smith risking being struck by lightning.
Cam says I'm always generous, but if it was Josh batting, I guarantee you that's a strike.
Lying so blatantly on our sacred Catch-22 Miracle Field.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It is getting... I have 4. But I'm also frozen solid over here, so that's a strike as it almost breaks the strike zone.
I'm cold.
You can have the mic. Yeah, I didn't want to be over here. I wanted to talk to all the people I haven't seen in months. Make them listen to me. Now they're all going to listen to me when they watch this video, I guess.
The trainer out to help Johnny Bench with his equipment.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the catcher for the Bombers is down at the moment. Actually, that's not true because the Bombers actually do have a catcher position on their team typically. And that is somebody to return the balls to Cam immediately. It's a very important role. Jake normally takes it on, but now that Jake's in shape, I think Cam's a little intimidated. He doesn't have you playing catcher anymore now that you're in shape. He's scared of you. All right, here's Dominic. I'm going to definitely need a pronunciation sheet for this last name. Is it Citrosky? Citrosky? That sounds like a name. There's
Dominic
a big
Jones with a hard swing and a miss.
I tell you what, this guy wants to mash. He absolutely wants to mash the ball. He's got a little quiet swag going on here. I don't know what he's like once he opens up, halfway through the year. But he's got a little quiet swag about him. I have two outs.
Foss and Rogers.
Runner on second, 2 outs. One and two. He's going to give him the high riser here. Oh, drop. Oh. Man, this kid's chased everything up. Yeah, 0-0. It's a really exciting game. 1 hit. That's fast pitch wiffle ball for you. Are you surprised? No. It's opening night of wiffle ball. Nobody scores on this night, as there's a big strikeout. Came out of a small jam. The double walk. There's a runner in scoring position, but he said no problem there and moves on here as we head to the top of the fourth.
It's going to take us to the top of the fourth.
I have Cam Smith up to bat.
This top of the fourth brought to you by Promotional Consultants.
Top 4.
Promotional Consultants, Inc., PCI, believes
there's only 8 minutes, though. That's the important part.
Steps to finding the right branded merchandise, apparel, awards, and signage solutions to enhance both your promotional marketing and employee recognition. Please give them a follow and check them out at promotionalconsultants.com. Also brought to you by Game Time Tournaments, local family-owned and operated baseball and softball tournament operation. Play at your team's skill level with no additional fees or charges and get flexible scheduling. Go to playgametimestl.com for more information. Cam Smith at the plate here.
I've heard that Game Time family is very, very nice.
Big fans of Game Time.
It might be my company.
Doing the logistics of any operation, whether it's a baseball tournament, a wiffle tournament, a fundraiser, a bingo night for the ladies at the church hall, is the most miserable part. So when you got pros like Game Time to handle those logistics for you so that you can get to your event and have a good time with your friends and raise money for your organization or play your competitive event or whatever you're doing, absolutely take advantage of that.
That is pitch 69 for Andrew. He has thrown 35 balls, 34 strikes. I'm pretty sure every time I've said that, he's been 1 ball more than strikes. So very consistent of throwing a ball and a strike every time. I think there is a part of wiffle ball that is very underappreciated. 2-2. In being effectively wild. It is very difficult to know when to swing and not swing when the guy on the other end could throw a ball 10 feet over your head or peg the zone at any given time.
You have to know what's coming if you want to hit effectively in a fast-pitch wiffle ball league because you just have no reaction time. And if the guy on the hill doesn't know what he's throwing, you don't either.
Yeah, that is typically part of my problem is I've got a general idea of what the pitch might do as he goes down swinging. But some nights it moves a lot more than others, and then some nights I can't control it, and some nights I can. So it's all about making little adjustments while you're pitching and seeing what you can come across with.
Yep, up here till the end of May, baby. Nope, not until June and July. That's when I'm going.
Caleb, you can come stay with me.
Yes, babe, I'm staying with my dad.
Yes.
Did you get your ring, babe?
See ya.
Jay
Well, we didn't
Melnick
do
at
the
plate
ceremony.
Okay.
has walked twice with 4 total bases. 2 double walks tonight.
See ya.
See you later.
There's a foul tip. Was that first pitch of ball? That's what I thought. I didn't mark it yet, though.
That catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. It's It's one of the most fair yet most cruel parts of wiffle ball. The strike zone is the same for everybody, no matter your stance, your build, no matter what it is, whether you're Brian Hunter or you're Jason Worstenholm, who stands a little taller and thinner. Strike zones are the same dimensions. That's one of the factors that allows our pitchers to get so dialed in. They're throwing at the same zone no matter who's up there.
It's also really interesting how wiffle ball, you have guys that are, can be tremendous baseball players that can play this sport, and you have some guys that wasn't the case at all, and they can still be tremendous wiffle ball players. It's amazing how a sport so similar can treat its players so differently.
Yeah, I've definitely known both sides of that coin. Amazing baseballers in their high school or college days. I've even had a friend who played double-A minor league ball who just could not play baseball or wiffle ball at all. And then I've known some folks that could barely get a baseball bat around who were monsters at the plate playing wiffle ball. Something about the light bat and the movement of the pitch.
Oh, Sam Gildahouse puts one to right field. Oh! Dominic bobbles it, but makes a great over-the-shoulder catch to potentially save what could have been a run after it hit off of him. What a good recovery to get that fly out.
Very quickly now, we're going to the bottom of the fourth inning.
Bottom four with about 3.5 minutes left. This is potentially the last at bat here of regulation. We could see another extra innings game. We could see another home run derby, or we could see the Thunderbirds end it right here.
This bottom of the fourth inning brought to you by Silver Fox Marketing, your source for signs, banners, window graphics, and vehicle wraps. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, or at silverfoxmarketingstl.com. Also brought to you by Arch Nemesis Brewery. Arch Nemesis is a nano brewery located in the district in Chesterfield Valley, 100 yards from the factory in Reverie. Arch Nemesis specializes in kombucha and experimental small batch craft beer. Give them a follow on social media and find out more.
All right, here's Spencer Voss, rookie for the Thunderbirds here against Cam Smith. I actually think, I don't have a statistic for this, but I actually think there's quite a few rookies that have actually hit home runs off Cam Smith. For whatever reason, they just happen to get a hold of one. So let's see if maybe the Thunderbirds can pull one out here. I'm not really sure as a division rival who I'm cheering for in this matchup. I like talking trash to Andrew, but I also would like to see the Bombers lose. So I'm not sure who I want to win here.
The Bombers being two-time champions, it can always be good to see those rivals with big histories get knocked off.
Yeah, I mean, I think either way you got two solid squads here that, I guess a loss is nice either way for us, and one of them will get it. Maybe extra innings is the worst case scenario because then they both get a point and they're both ahead of us then. Maybe I just needed a team to get a loss. So maybe I'm a Thunderbirds fan right now in this game in regulation. I have 3 and 2.
I got 3-2.
Andrew's over here cheating, but that's all right. Now it's full. Jesus. There is ball 5. Will he double walk him or throw 55 and under? I'm going to be honest. Cameron is not known for having a above average 55 and under. He does pitch at Skibby 55 and under, but he's not top end there. He is, kind of middle of the road. So this could go a lot of ways.
And when you're a high-end pitcher like Cam Smith, it can be very dangerous to break your rhythm throwing these 55 mile-an-hour pitches.
Yeah, that's a great point because obviously to get to this point, he already walked somebody. And now he's going to completely change his motion, his velocity, and now he's going to have to re-find it for the next hitter after this, no matter what happens. That ball is smoked up the middle. It's just going to be a single.
Hey, there we go.
So, I mean, actually a better situation for Cameron than the double walk.
Limits the damage there. We'll have to see what we get with Josh Rogers coming to the plate.
So they're calling 58. He could bat again. It was hot. That's what they're trying to decide if he wants to keep batting or not. That is the time expired now. And he's going to take the single. Already, it's like 9:30. All right, so now it's Josh Rogers.
Hard to disagree with that decision there. You'd love to have a guy on second base, but base runners are absolutely at a premium right now in the bottom of this inning as time has expired.
Yeah, and I think Cam Smith obviously doesn't want to lose this game, but this is definitely the guy he doesn't want to lose it to. That would be worst case scenario.
Probably the top tier interpersonal rivalry in Mo WIFF.
And it's interesting because you can tell that Cameron is approaching Josh a little differently as he's got those heavy doses of that drop ball instead of throwing the riser, knowing that Josh has traditionally hit that riser pretty well. That one had a little something extra on it. I don't know what it clocked in at, but it had a little extra zip. And Josh got the pitch he wanted, and you could see the frustration on his face when he didn't pull the trigger.
So this is our last regulation inning. If we don't get it done here, we'll be going to extras here in Game 3 of opening day. Game 4 will bring you the Mo WIFF Kings versus the Mojo in yet another fantastic matchup.
Cam out there giving everything he's got here to try and get out of this inning. Now, it is only a runner on first, so it's not do or die, but that is a good pitch there. And Cam, well, come on, as he's a little pumped up about that strikeout. Andrew Nichols has determination written all over his face as he is locked in. I don't know if I've ever seen Andrew so serious.
That is the face of determination if I've ever seen it.
Andrew is very focused.
Known for his intensity is Andrew Nichols.
You know, Andrew's an interesting guy because he either looks like he wants to punch you in the face or like he's having the time of his life. There's really no in between.
I've often had people say that punching me in the face was the best thing that they've ever done in their life. It was the most fun they've ever had. You can have it all, folks. You can have it both ways.
You can live your best life. I remember we played Andrew, and we had some rookies on our team, and we had just got done talking trash to Andrew as he rolls over on one to Sam Gildahouse, who goes for the double play ball, but no dice. We had some rookies on our team that we had been talking trash to Andrew, and they said to me, "Is he mad at us?" And I said, "No, that's just what he looks like." Because they just assumed that is not right. I said held up, I thought.
Dominic Williams at the plate.
That's not his name. There we go. All right, Dominic Citrowski, I think, at the plate here. He's been swinging away at Cam, so either he's seeing it well or he's just really aggressive, one of the two. I'm not actually sure. I've got at least 2 strikes. Yeah, bases loaded. As he gets him swinging at the ball in the dirt, and we head to extra innings. All right, I got to remember how to do this now. Who's up? So Ethan's up. So I'm going to put...
You know how to do that?
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
Misk. Tiebreaker. Ethan. All right, so we had the extra innings. It is bases loaded, nobody out. Bombers versus Thunderbirds. If we don't have a winner after this one, we will head to the home run derby tiebreaker, which we just saw in the last game as well. So we had a 2-1 final for the first game that came down to the last batter. We had a home run derby in game 2, and now we have bases loaded extra innings here for game 3. What a night of wiffle ball if you like low-scoring pitching duels with a lot of intensity.
And if that's what you're into, this is certainly the league for you.
Now, the more impressive stat is that Andrew Nichols has not thrown 100 pitches tonight. He probably couldn't tell you the last time he did that. Oh, there's a good pitch there. Ethan thought that ball was for sure over his head.
Is it really an Andrew Nichols start if you don't see 100 pitches?
You know what? It's still possible here with bases loaded. I'm real cold. It is 9:30. It's actually 9:28. I've been rounding up a lot. I have 3-1.
3-1.
I tell you what, I knew it was going to be cold, but I'm still cold. Still didn't wear enough. I didn't even take my arm sleeve off. I just put the hoodie on over it. That ball was fouled off again. 3-2 now to Ethan with bases loaded. Mark Vogler playing a little catcher, as he's not in the lineup tonight. Neck injury. There's the official word from down on the field. There's a swing and a miss. There is one away now for Tommy Dwyer. That's the nice way of saying don't be afraid to walk.
We got the Mojo and the Kings warming up over in
Make
right
him
field,
work
waiting at
is
their
the
chance.
Traditional. That didn't quite have the drop that he was hoping. I'm cold. I tell you what, these GoPros just don't stand a chance when these games keep going long. They are both still rolling, though. I got to give them a little credit. He was tired in inning 2, though.
He's really tired now.
That's the joke on you guys. He's been tired since the 3rd pitch of the game.
That's my secret, Captain.
I'm always tired. As he couldn't guide that one in. That's 4-0. So this is an Andrew Nichols moment right here. Bases loaded 4-0. This is the moment for him. Because you got to imagine that Cam is not going to falter here. And that is a walk, and it'll score a run, and it's 1-0 Bombers. 1-0 Bombers now. With Captain Cameron Smith at the plate. There's a good pitch there. As he finds the strike zone now. Maybe one pitch too late. Ball low. Now, as we did speak a little too soon, he's up at 92 pitches. That ball goes up. There is a little bit of a stubbornness to wiffle ball pitchers that even though you're tired and putting yourself in a bad situation, you just keep throwing. You know, going to the bullpen is not a common practice in wiffle ball.
No, there's a lot of pride in the guys that choose to make this their hobby, their passion.
Yeah, I think also to some extent this Thunderbirds team doesn't really have that's a swing, a proven arm to bring into this kind of not great situation. So then you just find yourself where it's kind of Andrew's game to win or lose. Trying to see which Mojo players showed up this week. Looks like we have Gus and Sam Skibby. We got Jaso and I can't tell who that other person is. I know Quentin's here as well. I wasn't paying attention. Is that the first pitch?
Oh, yeah, that was the first pitch. That's strike one.
I'm so cold.
Andrew looking to limit the damage here. Let only one run across. Count on his team to get it back.
I think he went, but is he going to call him? What's the call? I need to put it in. Yep. I said it's 2-1, right? 2-2. I tell you what, Jake has found himself on the cover of MO WIFF swimsuit this year as he swings and misses.
It can be. You know, everybody wants their league dues to go down. We got to raise money somehow. The boys of summer, as it were.
All right, we head to the bottom of the fifth inning now. We will have an opportunity for the Thunderbirds with the bases loaded. All right, Spencer Voss is at the plate. We actually have a situation with the Thunderbirds only batting 4. You're going to have a situation where a guy at the plate will also be on the base paths potentially. If Spencer gets out, Josh will be on third base and batting at the same time. Back in the day, we called those ghost runners.
That was too spooky for me.
You know what, young Spencer Voss here, he did work the walk last at bat, but you got to imagine Cam might kick it to that next level here to solidify that first win for the Bombers. Oh, Andrew. Andrew was so close as he finishes his game at 100 pitches. He was so close to keeping it under 100.
That's an accomplishment. Are we live right now?
We are, well, we're
Hi,
recording.
Mom.
Hi, Andrew's mom.
I also want to say hi to Andrew's mom.
Oh, boy.
He's easy over there.
Whoa, whoa. Stop taking pictures. That's the old classic hit you in the nuts, swing the bat. As he goes down swinging there.
Well, I'd love to tell you I've never done that, but
I think a lot of players out here have pulled that off. So here's Josh Rogers with another big opportunity. A big opportunity against Cam Smith. Bases loaded, bottom of the fifth, 1 out.
You can't do that. He's focused. Super serious.
I thought Josh was pulling a Spencer Bogad moving around in the box there. The old Spencer Bogad where you hop around and then Eric Stephenson tries it.
How'd that go?
It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. 1-1 now. Cameron has pretty much been living on the drop tonight. A little bit different mix-up out of him. A little low there.
I didn't know. You gotta be more specific. You don't need to
Oh, no.
I have 2 in 1.
I got 2-1 also.
You guys always make me question it when you guys start asking. There's a foul tip into the zone.
There's never more question about what the count is than when Cam's pitching. He asks almost every pitch.
I don't have enough pitches to need to know what the count is. I just throw them and hope they're strikes. Josh puts it in play. It is caught on the bobble, so it does count as the out. What a clutch grab there. Wow. That ball was nearly a game-tying RBI. 2 outs.
2 outs.
But it's Andrew Nichols.
Andrew Nichols looking to keep the game alive for himself.
You know, there is a bit of a mistake. That's the mistake. I was literally getting to say the mistake on the field is no one is covering the opposite field because Andrew Nichols will go the other way. I was literally getting ready to say that. Wow. It's like I know what I'm talking about. 1-1 on an Andrew Nichols single, and Andrew's actually on first and third base right now.
Get out of here.
As they are tied 1-1, I was literally about to say I think the air on the Bombers here is not playing anybody to the opposite field. He didn't give me a chance to say it, though. It's almost like...
You're like Tony Romo calling the plays before.
Yeah, it's almost like I've watched the film enough and paid attention to what's happening out here. I also have a weird, tremendous memory for really random stuff. We used to play this card game called MLB Showdown. It was like a dice rolling baseball game. I had almost every card I owned memorized and had like 500 cards.
Nice.
It was pretty weird. I could tell you what everybody's card was. Yes or no? All right, I'm calling no. I got you. We might be heading to a home run derby here, or Dominic comes up clutch. Oh. Whoa! Welcome to Mo Wiff Late Night, where the commissioner screams the F word. We're heading to the home run derby now, tied 1-1. Hopefully both GoPros are working, because I'm pretty sure they died during the last one of these. You know, it is unfortunate. Apparently I'm at 72% correct on my bracket, but my loser, my winner, lost in the first round. So my cap is really low, but I am getting a lot right. Did you just call me a tosser? I don't think that's a compliment in European countries. So we do head to the home run derby. So think about this kind of like a NHL shootout. Both teams get a batter to try and hit a home run. If at any point in a round one team hits one and the other team does not, it is over. So if Cameron hits one here and the Thunderbirds do not, Cameron wins. If Cameron doesn't and the Thunderbirds do, then the Thunderbirds win. We will continue that until we have a winner. Ethan trying to perfect that home run derby swing. Now, speaking of home run derbies, Cameron is very good at home run derbies. And off the top of the wall, in. I thought it bounced over, but it stayed in. It stayed in. And now it's a chance for the Thunderbirds to win it. Wow.
Truly a game of inches.
I tell you what, I thought that bounced the other direction. I was about to call it a home run, and it did not go over. And now Andrew's got a chance here. Josh is a coach. He probably throws pretty good BP here, so let's see what happens. Andrew waiting for that perfect pitch. Give it a ride. And Andrew gets all of this one. It is gone, and the Thunderbirds have done it. I don't know how to put this into the scorebook, but the Thunderbirds have won the game on the home run derby. Thunderbirds are 2-1 winners. I correct myself. Technically, thanks to the home run derby, both teams get a point, so the Melonheads find themselves in last place in the division. That's unfortunate. But we will have another matchup here right after this one, the Mojo versus the Kings. But what a great night we've had thus far of Wiffle Ball.